Hello everyone, my name is Derek Fromm with Marshall University and Turning Technologies, and today I'm going to go through a few videos of how to create and use a participant list and describe what a participant list is. Alright, so first off, let's talk about what a participant list is. If you look over here on the right, there's a drop down for different lists. Alright, and what these lists do is they are how you're going to track your students if you so wish. Like I described in a previous video, each clicker has a unique identification number located on the back right below the barcode. The 6-digit number can be registered to a particular student, so every time that clicker answers a question, it will seem as though that student has been the one answering the question, which is how you can track their responses. Alright, so let's go into creating your participant list. First thing you will need to do is acquire an Excel format of your students in a roster. This can usually be done by accessing BERT on Marshall's campus. If you don't have BERT, if you don't have access to BERT or access to an Excel list or Excel sheet of your students, then this is going to be a little bit more time consuming because you'll have to type them in by hand. Alright, so let's get started. So let's pretend this is my Excel sheet that I acquired from BERT. I know there's no place for the student ID, and this isn't exactly what the lists look like, but it'll be comparable in functionality. Okay, so we have opened up TurningPoint, and we're on the TurningPoint ribbon. If you will look right here, right below Add-ins button or View, you will see a button that says Participants. Go ahead and click it, and it will give you a drop-down list. Alright, look for the button that says Participant List Wizard. Click it. Alright, it will give you an option to select different templates. Make sure the education template is selected, then click Next. Alright, student ID isn't mandatory, and since my list doesn't have it, I'm going to remove it. It doesn't matter in terms of this program, but if you would like that to be included in your list, go ahead and copy it over as well. But right now we have last name and first name as our various fields. Alright, finally you can add in groups within your list, within your participant list. This is in case you have the class separated into different groups, so that you can partition different students into different groups. I'm not going to go through that in this video for the sake of time. So click Next. Alright, now this is where you title your participant list. Normally most instructors title the list the name of the class and the section number. So let's title this DM for Demo 101 Section 1. Then click Finish. I've asked you to save your custom template. All that's asking about is the format you use to create the list. The section that asks for the first and last name, that's what's referring to. Since that, if you want to save that template, go right ahead. I'm not going to in this video. Alright, so now you're brought to a list that looks very similar to an Excel sheet. Alright, at this point, all you do is open up your Excel sheet with your class roster on it, highlight all your students, right click them, and click Copy. Go back to Microsoft PowerPoint, aka TurningPoint, open it back up. Make sure that you have the last name field highlighted, not the device ID, but the last name field. Right click and click Paste, and this will paste in your students. if you need to add in students, you can come down here and push enter in the last field, and it will create another row for you. Now, as you'll notice, the device ID section is blank. That is where we're going to talk about registration here shortly. This is just to create the list. I'm aware that BERT only gives students names last them first in a single column. That is not an issue. You can just leave the first name column blank, and it'll still appear. Their first and last name will still appear whenever you go to register the clicker to the students. Alright, now you can enter IDs this way for clickers, but there is a much quicker way and a much easier way. Alright, so whenever you're finished creating your participant list, just click Done. Alright, now if at a later date you need to edit that list, click on Participants under TurningPoint, edit a participant list, and it'll ask you which list that you want to edit. Since I said that ours was Demo 101, we're going to select this one, and it'll open it back up for you. So if somehow two students get their IDs crossed, whenever they're registering their clickers, it won't be that big of a deal because it can just be cleaned up right here. Alright, to select the participant list that we just created, you'll want to go over here to Participant List, click the drop down, and click Dim 101. Now whenever I ask questions in TurningPoint, the responses are going to be associated with this list right here. Alright, that participant list is saved under My Documents and TurningPoint. Alright, so going through that, Start, Documents, and then look for the TurningPoint folder, open it up, Participants, and here's the file. Now whenever you go to the classroom that is using this PC, if by some chance you're not using your own personal laptop in the classroom for the TurningPoint presentation, you'll need to copy this file over. So to copy it, once again, you will go to Start, Documents, TurningPoint, Participants, and then right here is our participant list. So you're going to want to copy it, and then if you're moving it to a jump drive, Computer, under Start, and wherever your jump drive is, open it up and then right click and paste it into that jump drive. Copying the file back over is just a reverse process. So you'd go to your jump drive, copy it, go to Documents on that computer, TurningPoint, Participants, and then you would paste it into there. Alright, that's it for this video. In the next video, I will demonstrate how to register your participant list. Thanks for watching.